Hey guys, it's Layla here and welcome to another video. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys about my eating disorder and how it was actually one of the best things that happened to me. So, let's start with a little bit of background. Ever since I was younger, I've kind of had this bad image around my body. I've always thought that I was too big or that I didn't look like everyone else. And actually when I was in like 5th grade, I used to wear hoodies to PE, and I wouldn't take them off ever because I didn't want people to like see my body. And I kind of just thought this was normal. I thought it was normal to feel uncomfortable with your body and just think that it's not right. So then as I went into middle school, that kind of got a lot better. I started playing sports and I lost some weight and I started not worrying about my body like at all. I thought I was fine and I just went on with my life and ate whatever I wanted, played sports, had fun with my friends, and everything seemed good. Then in 8th grade, I started having a lot of body dysmorphia and thinking that I needed to lose weight, but I never could actually convince myself to. During this time I was dating a boy who's actually really good friends with me now, but he wasn't such a great boyfriend for me, I guess. And I kind of like asked him, I was like, don't you think I need to like lose weight? And he's like, I guess you could lose a pound or two. So I lost like 20 pounds and I worked out all the time and I would like skip lunch. And I don't really think I had an eating disorder because the thoughts weren't that way, but I don't know. It was a really bad time in my life, and everyone was like, would you please just eat normal for once, or just things like that. So we broke up and I gained all the weight back and I thought I was fine, and I was doing fine. I wasn't worrying about it. I was in my freshman year of high school, and then I got sick and I got my eating disorder. So I actually made a video talking all about my eating disorder, and it was like the first video I posted, I think, on my YouTube. But this was such a hard time for me and I was so mad at the world, and I was really mad about everything. I was mad about how people treated me, and during this time a lot of people were saying that I was faking being sick to get out of sports and things like that. So it was really hard for me and I had a lot of hatred in my heart, and it just really changed who I was during that time, I think, because I just secluded myself and I only hung out with like certain people, and barely even at that. And then during this time I found veganism, and honestly if I wouldn't have had an eating disorder, I don't think that I would have. Oh, that is a huge spider. Holy Tamol Heights. That was scary. Okay. So anyway, during this time I was really scared and I was really angry, and I found veganism, like I said, and I don't really think I would have found veganism if it wasn't for my eating disorder, because I'm good. I never really like thought of it, I guess. I've always loved animals, and I don't know, like I could never eat pork chops because they reminded me too much of pigs, but like veganism, vegetarianism, I was like, I can never do that. Why would you do that? And just during this time I found Earthlings and I watched it. I found Dates with Love and Naturally Stephanie, and I watched them all of the time and I just fell in love with it. And then things really started to get better after I found veganism. So that was the first amazing thing that my eating disorder brought to me, is veganism, and that's probably one of the best things. I don't know, there's really a lot of amazing things that came out of the hell that I went through. So pretty much after that, I had to focus on self-love and self-care for the first time in my whole life. I didn't even know, like I had never taken a bath before this point. Like, never meditated, I didn't do yoga, didn't do conscious exercise. I didn't take care of my body. I filled it with a bunch of crap. I self-harmed. I was a wreck. So the next thing that my eating disorder brought to me was self-love and self-care. And I can't tell you guys how amazing it is now, because I feel like my whole life I never actually loved myself and appreciated myself, but my eating disorder forced me. Recovering from my eating disorder forced me to love myself and forced me to find self-care and self-love. So yes, that was a wonderful thing. And the next big thing was I started to get into my spirituality. I've always been a really religious person, but I never meditated and I never took care of my chakras or even knew what that was. I didn't know how important yoga was, or I don't know, just all of these amazing things. I found the book Untethered Soul and I read it. Actually, I found the book The Power of Now first and fell in love with it, fell in love with the concept. My life dramatically changed. And I never even knew, I never understood that the reason that I was so unhappy was because I was never actually here. I was never in the present moment. I was always somewhere else. And I never knew that that was a thing. I thought your mind just thought, and I thought that your thoughts were a direct, they came from who you were, and they came from, you are your thoughts. I thought that your thoughts were you, and this spiritual journey that I'm on right now is completely changing my life and everything I thought, and just everything. It's changing my concepts, it's changing my beliefs, it's changing who I am. I've turned into a hippie, I guess. I'm really into indie music right now, and I spend a lot of time with my horse and in nature, and I try to stay off my phone. I'm really into yoga. I meditate every single morning, and I do self-care at least once a day, and I really try to focus on the now and being in the present. And I don't think with my eating disorder I would have ever been this happy. And I still go through really rough times, but I don't fight those feelings anymore, and I'm at least working not to fight those feelings. It's still hard, obviously. It's called a journey for a reason, but it's just been a really beautiful time. And without my eating disorder, I would have never found that. And without getting anxiety and depression, I could have never found how strong I was and found out how to love myself and be with myself and be comfortable with myself and my body, because I had never had this peace of mind before. So also, when I got through my eating disorder and I was recovered enough I could start working out again, I chose to lift, because eating disorders deplete your muscles entirely. And I'd always been an athlete. I was trying to get ready for my sophomore year of high school and volleyball, which I had been on varsity the year before and that year, so I kind of had to get my crap together. So I started lifting and I fell in love with it, and it has been kind of a mess for me lately with the whole lifting thing, but I'm in love with lifting and it helps me feel so good. And lately, I think the reason why it's been such a problem is because I've only been focusing on aesthetics and not the internal piece of it. And when I found lifting, I was in such an awful place, and it helped me get out of it. It was the only time that my brain wasn't being psychotic. So without my eating disorder, I also wouldn't have found lifting. And I also would have never made my Instagram account. I would not have this YouTube channel. I would not know all of you beautiful souls. I found so many amazing people, and I've met so many amazing people that I resonate so personally with. Being from a small town, this is like heaven to me. Knowing you guys, meeting you guys, just talking to you guys and communicating with you guys and being able to help. Because I've always had this want to help people, and I always put people in front of myself, and it's so nice to me that because I help myself, now I can help other people get through that as well. And really the important thing that I'm trying to get to here is that your eating disorder or your anxiety or your depression or whatever hell you're going through changes your life, and you're there for a reason. You came to this awful point because of something. You're here because the universe put you here, or God put you here. Whatever you believe in, it put you there. And it's so important to look at the bright side instead of being like, oh yeah, my eating disorder did all the XYZ awful things to me. It also brought me life. It made me who I am, and it made me strong and fierce, and changed my life for the better completely. And it's so important to find the positives in every single situation, negative or not. So I hope that this wasn't just a super weird, rambly, awful video. And I hope that you guys can understand and find beautiful things in everything that you do. My eating disorder was a lesson, and it was something that set up the rest of my life. And because of that, I want to become a personal trainer, and I want to be on YouTube, and I want to be an Instagrammer, and I want to take care of my body, and I want to know about health. I want to be a strong self-love advocate, and I want to be a positive vegan influence, and I want to love the planet and love the animals and spend time outdoors. I want to be grounded, and I want to be healthy and happy, and I want to love myself and know that I am whole by myself. And before my eating disorder, I didn't know this, and I didn't understand that life is so complete without anything else. Like, you just need you. You can't have peace in someone else until you have peace in yourself. And if I wouldn't have experienced and gone through my eating disorder and recovery and anxiety and depression and everything that I've been through, I wouldn't know any of that. And I wouldn't know how to take care of myself or how to even begin to love others, because I never knew how to love myself. And I never knew how to take care of myself, and I never knew how to take care of the planet. I didn't know, and I didn't know how to figure it out, so I just didn't try. And everything awful that happens to you and everything amazing that happens to you goes for a reason, and you just need to figure out what that reason is. Because of my eating disorder, I found my purpose, and I found you guys, and I found myself. And life is so beautiful and so short, and it's important to understand that everything happens for a reason, and to let go and to accept, and just be here right now and be where you are with yourself and be yourself completely. And it's so amazing that I've gotten this experience and that I can be who I am now because of it. And I hope that you guys find love, and I hope that you guys find happiness through the hell that you're going through, because otherwise you would have gone through it for no reason. And if you're recovering right now, understand that this will come, and that everything you're going through right now is bringing you to this. And know that I love you and I support you, and that you can do this, and I'm always here. And I hope this video kind of helped open your eyes to all the amazing things that can happen because of the awful things that you're going through. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I sincerely hope that this helps even just one person. And I don't know what else to say. I just really hope that this helps someone, and I hope that you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And I will leave a list of books that I've read down below, And yes, I love you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful Sunday or whatever day I post this on, because my life is kind of crazy right now and I'm just going with it. So I love you guys, and I hope that this video helped you, and I hope that you love me too. And I will talk to you guys soon.